Hi, everyone. Buenas tardes. My name is Jonathan Cortez. My piece is titled Mi Jaula de Oro. Growing up in a Mexican household, it wasn't uncommon for nothing but Spanish music to play. A song that would play repeatedly was a song named La Jaula de Oro by Los Tigres del Norte. It had been years since I heard that song. That is until I was driving back from Chapel Hill after spring break a couple weeks ago. As the song started, I was brought back to those car rides with my parents loudly singing, except this time I was a college student alone, driving myself to school. As the song played, I was now able to understand the meaning and couldn't help but reflect on my own life. Listening to the song, you can gather that the man has an established life in the United States, and it has been quite some time since he has crossed the border from Mexico into the US. He states that he has everything in the US, but he can't forget his beloved Mexico, however, he can't return. He contemplates his choices and doesn't see a benefit in having everything if he is basically a prisoner in La Jaula de Oro, the golden cage. The man tries to convince his son to return to Mexico. However, his son doesn't want to go as he is now fully submerged into American culture, leaving behind his Mexican culture. The man is afraid to do anything but work and go home because he's afraid of being caught and deported, which is why he feels like a prisoner in the United States. Now you must be thinking, how does this apply to my life? As I drive back to Chapel Hill, I reminisce. I remember everything it took to get to where I am now and how I'm actually driving to one of the most prestigious colleges in the country. It seems perfect, right? Yeah, I would imagine the same thing. However, that wasn't necessarily the case because as much as I'm grateful for the opportunities UNC has given and continues to give me, I can't help but feel trapped like the man in the song in a golden cage. I have everything that is supposed to theoretically make me a student, that is theoretically supposed to make a student successful. However, I still feel trapped in this golden cage. But why? I reflect on my feelings and it all comes back to my cultural identity. Growing up Latino, I was always taught to embrace it and never hide it. I've done that all my life with no shame. But coming to an institution like UNC that only has a Latinx demographic of 8%, I couldn't help but feel small. As I have freely expressed my Latinx identity with people here, I have yet to find a solidified community that shares the same feelings. I think about my hometown and my hometown friends, where expressing your culture was praised and appreciated, and I miss it so much. However, as much as I want to go back there, I can't. Why? Because in order to reach my goals and aspirations that I have wanted my whole life, I have to be here in Chapel Hill, Mi Jaula de Oro. I'm not going to lie, there are definitely times where I have seriously entertained the idea of going back home and leaving this great university. However, I listened to my beautiful mother express her excitement as her kid is in university, and I immediately stopped because I remember that she has also made sacrifices to get me where I am. And what kind of person would I be if I left this place and took those sacrifices for granted? So instead, I stay here in Mi Jaula de Oro, trying to make the best of it. Still, I find myself struggling to do that. I constantly find myself afraid to speak up or take action in something with fear that I'm leaving a bad representation to our community. Am I expressing my culture too much, not enough? So I stay quiet, afraid of doing the wrong thing in mi jaula de oro. Feeling how I feel now, it makes me sad to think of the fact that my parents have felt and probably continue to feel this way. Suddenly, those car rides with the song playing made sense. I understood it completely. I now feel a pinch of what they feel, and if they have been able to survive with their desires in another country, then I too can survive in this university 2 hours away from my desires. Everyone in life has to make sacrifices. I've made them, and I'm pretty sure you all have too. But it's how life goes. I would want nothing more than for it to be different, but we aren't there yet. We create the change we want to see, and that's why I want to say thank you to Latinx Ed for creating a space for people like me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to express my culture without fear of judgment. I am forever grateful as I continue to navigate life in mi jaula de oro. Thank you.